the reading. Sorry about that. I got cut off. By the end of Saturday, which is today, going into Sunday, we're going to be victorious in our shadow side. We're going to, we're going to beat out these harsh energies that are coming into our life, these problems that are coming into our life, even the inner turmoil that we have. We are going to overcome it. Now, this isn't a promise for everybody, but the majority will overcome it. But remember, this takes inner work. Going into Sunday, leading into Monday, we have the Two of Wands, which means we are going to be pushed out of our comfort zone. And I feel like that has already happened. Definitely already happened. It happened before Friday. It's been going on, but we are going to, it's like one thing after another. We are going to continue to be pushed out of our comfort zone. The secret to this is to use what we've learned, use our inner wisdom, talk to our angels. Don't let fear control us. Again, embrace your shadow side to get through it. Approach things in a different way because the universe is presenting these obstacles for a reason. At the foundation, we have the Hermit, which means you guys are going to just want to go in and hide from a lot of this stuff that's going on. This weekend is definitely very up and down, up and down, up and down. It's going to be an emotional roller coaster ride. It's even going to be a inner battle. A lot of, I want to say, like logic versus creativity, head over heart, those kind of inner battles. There's a lot of, wanting, wishing, getting what you want, and you can make it happen, but it's going to be difficult. Hiding will not allow this balance, this getting what you want, this light to find you. Because when you're hiding, you're going to hide from that light too. And it's going to be very tempting for all of us to do. Don't do it. However, also this being at the foundation, I want to point out, on the other hand, this means that some of us need a rest. We need a break. We need to go within ourselves. We need meditation. I recommend it to everybody all the time anyway, but I'm going to push it to everybody in this reading. Meditation is something that everybody should be doing every day this weekend. It's very important, and not just this weekend always, but it's so important because going within, especially for the next year, because going inside ourselves, we're going to find all the answers we seek. It's going to stop these walls from coming up, or at least helping us find a way through them instead of just keeping running into them or trying to walk miles to find a way around them, or trying to climb them and having no luck, or it taking a lot longer. We're not going to be beating our head against these walls. So this is a sign here too that, especially you see the Om symbol here, it's so important to go within inside yourself. And this weekend is definitely no exception. Also, I want to point out that this also tells me some of you are going to be, and I'm just, not just this card, but intuitively I'm picking up that there's going to be many of you that are going to see this, that are going to be going on some sort of trip this weekend. I want to point out that this trip, even though for some of you this is a family trip or a work trip, find some time for yourself and find some time to make it about you. I really want to point that out. Find some time to make it about you. Find some time to work on yourself. Find some time to love yourself and care for yourself. It's very important. If it is about you, enjoy yourself. There may be some conflict that may come up towards the end of the week. You'll get through it. And for some of you too, that may have planned a trip for this weekend and were supposed to leave yesterday or even the day before and it didn't happen, you still have the opportunity to do so. I want to let you know that. And you could be leaving today, Saturday. Even though your trip has been shortened, you still can go. It's not too late. Go for it. Pack your bags and leave. Go. You need it. So I want to point that out too. Okay, so we're going to get to this amethyst that I wanted to do some scrying with. Now, it's going to be hard for me to do this on camera. I'm going to see if I can scry with you watching me scry while I'm actually scrying on the stone and not looking at it through the camera. So, okay, so I'm looking at the crystal. I think you can, yeah, you can see it. So what I see is probably going to be different than from what you see just because of the lighting. And also, when you scry, it's more than just seeing it, it's feeling it, etc. So I'm going to get quiet for a minute here just so I can give you what I'm picking up here. So there are many people that are so close to this light I keep talking about. But it's very dim to some of you, and you may really feel like you're in a place of darkness. It's going to burst through the seam soon, but I feel like it's not going to be by Monday. It's going to burst, though, and when it bursts, it'll be before the beginning of November, but it won't be by Monday. I also see a V. So if your name starts with V, your first, last, or middle name starts with V, I have a message for you. Something old is going to become new for you again. Not sure what that means, but something, there is a feeling of repurposing. And you're cleaning out your life. So, but some of these things that you're cleaning out of your life, whether they're actual objects or it's a metaphor or it's feelings or people or situations, some of these things that you think need to be thrown away can be repurposed. Like, perspectives can be shifted or need to be shifted. There's also a fork in the road. For some of you, this means great success. I'm going to tell you, for some of you, you're coming up upon some great successes, which are gonna become very apparent next week. But the decisions have been finalized and made. For others, there's going to be two choices that you're going to have to make, and they're not going to be easy choices. Again, this kind of coincides with the Fool here. You're right now, if you're watching this, you already know that you have these two choices. Use your intuition, go with your instinct with the best one, but that's probably going to be the scariest one. But you've got to leap off that cliff. You've got to take that dive. You've got to take that plunge. Again, if you don't, you're just going to find yourself being put outside your comfort zone, because the universe wants this big change. And I'm going to go back to the tarot cards again and remind you, we have 3 major arcana out of 5 cards. There's a major shift, a major life change coming for many of us right now. And it's so important that we pay attention to that, because when we fight it, we're just, as you can see with this cards, there's just flames coming up. This guy's got to get through those flames somehow. That's just a giant obstacle in his way, and he's got 2 wooden wands that'll catch fire right along with them. So how is he going to get through that fire without catching fire, without his tools catching fire, and without getting burned? It's not comfortable. He's being pushed outside his comfort zone, and also clearly having to find different ways of doing things, which is something that starts out this reading. But also having faith in yourself and in himself, but also, his higher power and God or the universe or angels or whoever you want to say, whatever you want to call it. But it's important to have that faith. because the answer isn't on the surface. The answer is beneath the surface, and you have to dive in to get that answer. So that's what I've gotten from scrying through this amethyst scrying crystal. I am going to pull a card for this crystal for what I got for some of the messages that I got with it. So I'm just going to try. I can't shuffle with one hand, so I'm going to try it out camera again for this. So you can get this and get the card for it. So I'm shuffling these cards again. I am asking for a clarification card to go with the messages that were brought with this crystal that I was scrying. Also, I'm still looking at it. So I do see some separation going on there. So we're going to look at based on the separation. Again, I see some destruction, some separation and destruction, but I also want to point out these multiple roads that I'm seeing. I also see the letter N. So if your name starts with an N, first, middle, or last name, if your name starts with an N, pay special attention, or a Z, but it's an N. But when I turned my head, I was like, that could be a Z, but it's an N. I see a huge N. As a matter of fact, the more I look at it, it starts to turn into an M. So N and M. If your initials are M and N, especially, pay special, careful attention to what I'm about to tell you. Again, this is a message for the collective, so you can take from it, look at that. The star was upside down, so we're going to keep that star. This star is a very important message this weekend. Absolutely. This balance, these wishes, I'm actually going to look really deep at this card. This things not being on the surface and the answers lying beneath the surface. Don't just focus on your reflection. Go beneath the surface to get the answers, to create balance, ground yourself. But as I shuffle this a little further, again, initials NM, NZ, MZ. These messages are important for you because these letters all mean something. Again, like I said, I see a fork in the road. I see multiple roads. I see destruction. There could be some fighting going on. And if those letters aren't in your name at all, that's fine too. Continue to listen to this message because, like I said, this is for the collective. And something I say could be meant for you to hear or resonate with you. Or everything I say might resonate with you. I'm just trying to get some clarification on pulling an extra card. So the Eight of Swords. Somebody, and I'm going to go with the initials again. Pay extra attention to this. If your initials are NM, NZ, ZM, ZN, those letters, if those letters are in your name, pay special attention to this message. Somebody is going to try to interfere in your life. Somebody is going to try to take control over you. You have complete control and utter control of whether this happens or not. Be leery of this person or people. Also, if those initials aren't your initials, these could actually be the initials of the person that is going to try to create this interference or this conflict or this control in your life. Again, with the star, I want to point this out too. The star can also represent domestic violence. A lot of people don't know that, but because it's usually a very positive card, but it can represent domestic violence. When I'm looking at the Eight of Swords, and I've got these initials coming up, and I see destruction coming up, these are to help me clarify what I'm seeing in this scrying crystal. I want to point out to somebody that's watching this, maybe a couple of you, get out now. You're going to get hurt. Physically hurt. Others, it may just be mental and emotional and spiritual, and you're already going through it. You have a choice. It's time. I feel this so strongly that it's time. It's time to get out of this relationship. No more. Take your power back. I'm trying to show these to you. Take your power back. The answer is not going to be on the surface. You have to take that plunge. You have to take that leap of faith. You have to cut these strings that are weighing you down or controlling you. This is not you. You're free. Balance yourself. It's safe, and it's time to take care of yourself again. Channel that inner bitch in you. It's there. It's not a bitch. It's strength. It's not a bad person. It's strength. Muster up that strength and get out of that situation. That's what that destruction and these multiple roads are. You have choice. You have choices. And these initials also go with this too. So if I mentioned those initials, those could be the initials of your abuser. Or like I said, if those are your initials, pay special attention to this message, because this is a warning for you. It may not mean you're going to be abused, but it is a warning to you that somebody's going to try to interfere in your life, and you have control of it right now. If you let it continue and go on, it's going to become harder and harder and harder. Now, you remember that card, that Two of Wands card, you're going to be continuing to be pushed out of your comfort zone. This may be a difficult choice for you. I'm sure with that fork in the road, it is a difficult choice for you. But you have choices, and you have been presented with choices. And if you stay on the path that you're on, there's going to be interference. The universe is not going to allow this, because there's many of us that are not going in the right direction right now. So that's where those walls are going to come up. So I hope that this reading helped you. I really do. Again, I'm sorry that I got cut off the first time, so thank you for watching both videos if you did. If you would like a private reading with me, you can email me at affordablepsychic@yahoo.com. You can go to my Facebook page, which is Readings by Lindsay. So it's www.facebook.com/Readings by Lindsay. You can click on the services tab. All my services are there. Or you can just text message me directly or call me directly at 262-577-1794. This is what I do for a living. This is not just a hobby. I am a professional. I am certified. I am also a minister. I am a licensed spiritual counselor. Like I said, this is what I do. So there are affordable, and I have my email address is affordablepsychic@yahoo.com, because there are affordable options that you can get readings just like I'm doing here, but are personalized for you. For as low as $10, I offer daily polls for $1 a day with a $10 minimum purchase. I offer single question reads, which are 4-card minimum reads, because if you have a falling card, that goes with it too. And those are only $10. For a general reading, they're only $30. And you can have up to 3 subjects or 3 questions answered. 3 subjects looked at or 3 questions answered. And those are a minimum of 8 cards. Sometimes it's more. Like I said, when I get falling cards or I need clarification cards, I will pull them. Because it's not so much about the cards, it's about the energy that I'm picking up and the messages that I am being led to give you. I am a messenger. I'm not a guru. I'm not a god. I'm not anything special. I am a human, and I'm a messenger, and that's what I do. However, I'm very educated in New Age topics, and you can see on my Facebook page, I have the credentials to prove it, and also if you Google my business, you'll see the very high ratings that I have and the recommendations from other people and the feedback that I have. So that all will speak for itself. All the information will be below this video and the first video where I got cut off, which I apologize for. So feel free to contact me if you would like a reading, no matter how small, or if you would like a live reading, which I do by phone or by Skype, Google Duo, or Facebook Messenger, like if you want to actually see me and talk to me and you don't have Skype or Google Duo. Again, I do and or just over the phone. If you are not in the Kenosha, Wisconsin, Chicago, Milwaukee area, and you cannot get to my studio, I do those long distance readings. So it doesn't matter where you are, you can get a reading from me. The cheapest live version of reading that I have is $50 and it's for 1 hour. Like I said, go to my services page because I offer all different types of readings, all different add-ons. So the prices vary depending on what kind of reading you want. I also am a medium. I do speak with the dead. So I do those types of readings as well. I do have a broken leg right now, so I can't come out to your home and do home cleansings or property reads right now, but I do those as well. I also offer parties and discounted party rates. Again, I can't come out to do parties right now because of my leg, but I can host them in my studio, and I will host them in my studio if that is something that you're interested in. And then I also offer one-on-one classes for reading the tarot, spiritual guidance, mentoring sessions, and all that information is on my Facebook page under services. Or if you know exactly what you want, like I said, you can feel free to give me a phone call or text me. If I don't answer my phone, a lot of times it's because I'm with a client and I can't. So texting me is usually the best way to initially get a hold of me. But we can always speak first if you would like to speak to me before you book anything or make any commitments to making any sort of appointment or getting any sort of reading from me. I am completely open to that. I believe that and I tell people all the time, you want to make sure you mesh with your psychic because we work on energy, and to work together, it's like finding a good doctor or a good therapist. It doesn't work well if you have somebody that you don't work well with. So it's important. So I am all about being interviewed, and I will always interview for new clients. I have no problem doing that. So with that, I'm going to close it up. You guys have a wonderful weekend, and I will see you again soon. Thank you for taking the time to watch my video. Oh, and please like and subscribe, even though I only have a few subscribers, because I use this channel to do free videos so rarely because I post a lot of private videos on it for private readings for my clients that I do. I keep trying to get it up so I can get my subscriptions up, but I know it's a sad number, but if you'll subscribe, I promise you'll eventually, if you liked this is nothing compared to the videos that I used to do. I used to do live videos on Facebook a lot when I first started, and people really liked those. So this is nothing compared to what I know I can do as far as making videos. This is just impromptu in my room with my broken leg, giving you a forecast for this weekend. But if you subscribe and you stick with me, I'll get with it. So have a wonderful day. Have a wonderful weekend.